some call it cockiness. Some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Husky Stadium, home of the Washington Huskies. As we'll see the number 24 team in the country, the Arizona State Sun Devils, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Washington will kick off as this one gets started. He'll bring it out. It's Hamilton. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Dropping back, it's Levitt. That's caught. It's Butler. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. Guys, when you think about Arizona State, they've climbed into the top 25. Nothing has been given to these guys, but they're quickly becoming a problem for everybody else.
Well, they are, and they earned that number beside their name. They've played really, really well. The question is now, can you keep it? David, how many times in the past have we seen a team outside the top 25 finally get ranked and then get blown out in the very next game?
And there's not a lot of difference between 25 and 45. A lot of times, so many people close together. So earn that ranking and try to keep climbing.
Caught over the middle. It's Hamilton. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. With the catch, it's Hamilton. At the 35, he's loose. And not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. He's got it on the outside. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. We knew coming in that they wanted to push the ball down the field, and they waste no time getting at it.
And I love that, man. I love being aggressive early, setting a tone, sending a message to my team. Listen, we're going to attack down the field. You better be ready for it. This offense comes out, gets the big completion way down the middle of the field.
And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job of containing by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
These fans raising the volume on second and goal. Back to pass, it's Levitt. Looking to buy time. Into the end zone. Give him 6. Touchdown, Sun Devils.
And I love this offense and the way they started this football game. Listen, last week be dang, okay? Forget last week. Nice job coming out, setting the tone in this ball game, putting a long drive together, and getting a touchdown.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Washington. He stopped there, but a good return coming out of his own end zone gets it to the 28. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Making side adjustments here. They're going to throw it to start the drive. He's going to take a shot. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Williams will pass. Looking for a deep man. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Using his feet to buy time. At midfield, he's got room. Good pick up there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48.
And I tell you what, I love this call early in the game. You know why? You get your quarterback hit early. He gets hit. Wait a minute. Nerves settle. Everything's good. You show him the defense that he's a threat to run the football. I love that call early in the football game.
Runs through the tackle. And that defense just ran through that offensive front. He broke a couple of tackles, but nowhere to run.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Able to make the catch, but not in the field of play. It's an incomplete pass.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
The offense changing the play. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Oh, it's picked off. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
First play of the drive comes from the 41. Looking downfield, it's Levitt. Going downfield for the big play. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10.
Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Here comes the heat. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14.
And that's just excellent coverage. Cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open. And if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll toss it. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Motion from the wideout. On the run, it's Coleman. They'll give him 1 to the 28-yard line.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And the Huskies are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On the option. He'll toss it. Oh, better look out. Fouls through the defense. He is pushed out of bounds at the 19-yard line.
These offenses are so hard to stop when you run the option because they play the quarterback well. They get it to the running back. The defense looks pretty good, but 3rd and short, they get the yardage they need, and they move the sticks.
Going to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
He might want another play. Wide receiver comes in motion. Williams looking for a man. Deep shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Washington.
One of the areas they really focused on for this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
This time they were able to keep him in check and stop him short of that first down. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Fielded in the end zone, it's Hamilton. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. First play of the drive wants to throw. Unloads to the right. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to. And instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball, man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still.
It's a seam wide open. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
One of the most difficult things about this slot receiver is his shiftiness and his athleticism. He's very, very difficult to tackle after the catch.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll try to get outside. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
You know, I know that wasn't a big gainer, but that's going to set some stuff up later for this offense. Trying to run the football and get it established is huge because play-action pass is a big part of what they try to do when they're throwing the ball.
Finds his man. It's Butler. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42. First play of the period, 1st down here. Leaves it with the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Scanning the field, it's Levitt. Pulls it in, it's Butler. He goes out of bounds after picking up a few at the 35-yard line. The Sun Devils moving quickly to the line. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Caught near the sticks, it's Hamilton. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the 1st down.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Boy, it was like the defender heard the play call. He was ready for that one.
One of the things is diagnose and go get it. They saw it, and they went and got it. They were not letting that ball go to the wide side of the field.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. And tight coverage right there, but he makes the grab, and they've got it on the 11 and a red zone chance. And the Sun Devils had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Arizona State.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. To the air, it's Levitt. Finds his big tight end. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Let's think a second about Arizona State. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today?
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. That is no good. And guys, after the miss, the lead is still 1.
Well, they knew coming into this game, touchdowns were going to be real hard to come by going up against this defense. So when you got opportunities to kick field goals, you've got to come away with 3 points. You're not going to get these chances very often.
Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll crank up this drive with a pass. Catch in the middle, it's Otten. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. Lets it fly on the move. Pulls it in on the left. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
Williams will pass. Pressure coming. Grabbed over the middle. It's Coleman. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
Washington coming to the line with another 1st down. He wants to change this route. Wants to keep it in the air. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Wants to go up top. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Huskies! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I tell you what, heat that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. 2-point conversion attempt is on the way. Makes the grab on the left. They get it into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. The lead stands at 7. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field?
He'll bring it out. It's Hamilton. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Get this drive going from the 17. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking for a man. It's Levitt. Makes the grab. It's Hamilton. And a good job in coverage there. They stop it after just a few.
Hey, quarterback, dropping back, understanding. I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Gonna swing it on second down. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
When you're throwing these comeback routes, man, the timing has got to be so good between the two of them because you know the ball is going to be in the air a long time. You can't throw it late. It's going to get picked. That time, really nice job getting it out early, and the receiver doing a nice job on his route so that the ball was right on him as soon as he turned around.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Oftentimes defenses see empty sets, and that's when they want to dial up pressure, knowing there's no extra bodies back there to protect the quarterback. They were able to get to him on that one, and that's why the ball was incomplete.
To the air, it's Levitt. Fires to the middle. And the third down pass incomplete after a good deflection by the defense.
So after that incompletion, fourth down, you've got to hold serve if you're this offense, right? Both offenses up and down the field. The opponent scored twice. You scored a touchdown on your first drive. I think you got to go for it here because right now nobody's playing defense. And this game very easily could come down to which team has the ball last.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to throw on first down. Quarterback adapting. Rolling, throwing, looking right. He's got it along the sideline. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw on first down. He's not afraid to go deep. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. He's knocked down
come up with the interception.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They'll start this drive going to the air. Makes the grab. It's Butler. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Got 5 wideouts spread across the field on 2nd and 5. Looking to pass. It's Levitt. Unloads to the wideout. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
All right, well, the quarterback's showing you he is human after all. Finally throws an incompletion, and not just that, after a couple completions back-to-back-to-back, almost throws a pick.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Little touch pass to the receiver. Knifing through, making the play in the backfield, and they can use a timeout and try to force them to punt. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. It may be time for 1 or 2 more plays. The Sun Devils send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. They'll have just enough time to get 1 more snap before the half. Direct snap. It's Washington. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Sun Devils will kick it off to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Washington. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground to start the second half. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Takes the handoff. It's Coleman. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. Washington wants to go quickly. He'll take it himself. Really nice job to get it past the sticks. Pick up the first down at the 30. The Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Give to the back. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. block better? How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback making adjustments. Williams looking for a man. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. The play action fake. Quarterback moving. Unleashes one. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe. And how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it.
And that's a huge 3rd down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
Washington has a lot of things working. Set up with another 1st down. Got it behind the line. It's Boston. At the 35, he's open. He goes out of bounds across the 25, working at the 24 in this defense. Its head is spinning.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Quarterback making checks. Motion from the wide receiver. Going up top again. He'll take a shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Oh, the offense just not able to come up with that. You knew that was going to be a bang-bang play, right? They're taking a shot into the end zone. That's going to have to meet a contested catch on the back end, but he wasn't able to come up with it because of the hit.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The give to the back. Hard running there. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Williams will pass. Right down the middle. Tight end getting vertical. And it's complete at the 6. Defense right there, but now they're backed up with a goal-to-go situation.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Snapped it in the shotgun. Using his legs to buy some time. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off.
And this guy's showing off his hands again, understanding where the football's going. He breaks on the football so quick. And guess what? He makes plays when he breaks on it. That's 2 interceptions here through 3 quarters of a football game.
Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spot. Looking downfield on 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's McClain. Oh, a lot of space. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down.
I love the QB here. He holds it, he holds it, he holds it just long enough to let the receiver run the drag route, and then he puts it out in front of him so he can catch it on the run in stride and then turn upfield to use his speed.
Ball spotted at the 21. It's first down. Toss to the outside. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
The Sun Devils have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for a man, it's Levin. Pulls it in, it's Moss. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
This is a situation here in the 3rd quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
And you thought maybe in the second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Fires to the wideout. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on 4th down. You're in the 3rd quarter, 2nd half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. And you just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the 2nd half. Someone had to step up and make a play, and they just couldn't get it done.
Wants to throw. It's Levin. And the pass is incomplete. It's the final play of the 3rd quarter. 4th quarter is coming. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Looking to throw again. That's reeled in. It's McClain. At the 35, he's got room. Oh, he's getting ahead of... Touchdown, Arizona State! All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
The extra point here would tie the game. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable ACC clash. Tennessee left little doubt. You know, this version of the Volunteers can hang with any of the teams of the past. And remember, This is a program that went 13-0 en route to a national title back in 1998. One thing we can always count on in the ACC is a spirited battle and a game that will make waves all along the Eastern Seaboard.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Williams looking for a man. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Might be calling a hot route. To the air on second down. This time he's got it. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one.
The number one goal as a defense is try to hit the QB as many times as possible. Try to rattle him, try to get him flustered a little bit. Nice job getting there, getting the hit on him, but nice job of executing by the quarterback. Taking the hit, delivering the strike.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Trying to seal the edge on the right. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on second down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
They want to run this quarterback. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
And the Huskies are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. And it's a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 44. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. The give on the inside. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Washington right back to the line. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the 1st down. Might be changing the route. Williams will pass. Quick completion on the out. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. On the run, still looking. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Pulls it in. He's brought down the one of play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. The big play came, David. He saw that safety and just didn't believe he could get over the top in time.
Exactly right. You see the one safety in the middle of the field. You know the outside parts of the field are open. Run those goes, those streaks down the field on the outside. Let your playmaking receiver make that play for you.
The Huskies started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Leaves it with the back. Just plowing ahead. Touchdown, Washington! And they've moved out front here in the fourth. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And he added the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. Dropping back, it's Levin. It's complete on the right side. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the...
There he goes. Turning on the Jets. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's McClain.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to fire on second down. Complete on the comeback. And he's chased out of bounds, but not before he gets the first down. Stops the clock and has them on the move trying to get the late score. And the Sun Devils come to the line with a new set of downs. Dropping back, it's Levin. That's caught. It's Johnson. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field, but you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your second and third read some, but we've got to stay aggressive.
So now it's second and long. Back to pass. Now adjusting. And he just chucks it into the fourth row.
And this is a tough spot now to be in for this offense because it's third and long. The defense knows you have to pass the football, so they're going to be playing conservative. So what's your play you can dial up? Maybe get half of this back. Like, I know the clock is ticking, but I got to make sure that I maybe cut this down and make it a more manageable fourth down if I don't complete this third and long.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
And with that incompletion, man, it's go time. Like this offense, there's no more holding back. They've got to have this play. Trailing, they need a big play. Which one on that play call sheet is your go-to play in this moment when I got to have it?
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes a catch, converts on fourth down, is still on his feet. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again.
And the defense is smelling blood in the water at this juncture. They know the offense is going to throw it, and that's why you see these D linemen and linebackers, man, they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback, and to hit that time, help force the incompletion.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Looking to throw, it's Levitt. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
Third and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they're going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. Better get rid of this one quick.
Third down, red zone play, Brown alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Into the house. Touchdown, Sun Devils.
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game. Now, all you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the two-point try. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty.
No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. Just can't lose focus like that. You got to know the snap count. They just need the extra point to deadlock this game. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the 4th. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Auburn had an impressive showing there on the Plains, winning this one by double digits, although it felt like it could have been more. Somewhere even Bo Jackson is impressed with this one. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The toss to the outside. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. Timeout on the field, and we've got a dandy all tied up late in the 4th. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Quarterback may change this route. Williams looking for a man. Fires to the big fella. Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
Running back searching for a hole. He's brought down at the 33 as the defense keeps him away from that 1st down marker. 4th down coming up. Timeout call by the offense. 24 seconds left on the clock. Going for it on 4th down late in a tie game. This is a huge play. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Nice execution by the offense on 3rd down, understanding what they had to do to get the 1st down, pass complete, move the sticks, new set of downs.
Sends it downfield. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Making side adjustments here. Williams will pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Fires to the wideout. Incomplete. The final play of regulation, and now we head to overtime. Washington coming to the line with another first down. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to go up top on first down. Looking left. Makes the catch. He's run out of bounds after the big game, and they are in business, first and goal. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. This quarterback part of their running game.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They are a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
Can the D deny them on second and goal? Makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
The defense was dialed in. They knew exactly what they were doing. They weren't fooled by it. They weren't fooled by the read game at all. Played discipline, kept eyes on the quarterback, strung that along towards the sideline, and made the big tackle.
Field is condensed. Not a lot of room to work with here on third and goal in overtime. Tight end now in motion. Trying play action. Gets rid of it. Touchdown, Huskies! They take the lead here in overtime. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just... he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Interesting decision here as they'll go ahead and go for two. Instead of kicking the extra point, they missed the 2, and the lead is 6.
Washington, 27. Arizona State, 21.
They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. To the air, it's Levitt. Caught behind the line, it's Udo. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
The Sun Devils now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Got a man, it's Butler. He's loose. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. You had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
And the Sun Devils have taken it inside the 20. Wants to throw on first down. Complete. Touchdown, Arizona State! Knotted the game up, and now an extra point wins it. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Man, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
This extra point would win the game. And the extra point puts them on top by 1. Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw two really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, two really good teams, man. That's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone else now. Like, I was ranked below this squad. You beat a team that's ranked above you. Now you start to climb up the charts, build some momentum. This squad's about to get some more respect, Ballman.
I think good teams find ways to win games, especially in a game like this. Two ranked opponents evenly matched. Who's going to be able to make the plays when it matters the most? You got to give this team credit. This is a big win. It's impressive, and now they get to move up the rankings.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.